All right, David, allow me to introduce you to the totally, completely, 100% all-new 2009 Mazda 6. Now, the new Mazda 6 is bigger, it's bolder, smarter, and it's faster. It is by far the most exhilarating sports sedan in its class today, and it is the heartbeat of Mazda Zoom Zoom. With a larger exterior presence than that of the Nissan Altima and the Toyota Camry. Now, the thing you need to understand is before you ever see it, touch it, feel it, or drive it, the 2009 Mazda 6 would have already been through more than 800 inspections. From an innovative 34-step airless painting process, which imparts a virtually flawless finish and color fading protection that's designed to last at least a decade, to the scrutiny of more than 100 inspectors, each empowered with the ability to reject any part or component that does not live up to Mazda's grueling standards. Now, the end result of this level of scrutiny is a vehicle that gives you broad curves and sharp edges, giving the Mazda 6 a sophisticated styling that's beautiful from any angle. Now, with the windshield that gives you a strikingly aerodynamic rate of 26 degrees, the result of extensive 360 degrees wind tunnel evaluations, because Mazda actually gauges the wind from all angles, from the front to back, side to side, and top to bottom, to a roof line, rear window, and trunk lid that all work together to reduce the noise and the turbulence on the vehicle, at the same time increasing your fuel efficiency. Now, decreasing the noise and turbulence actually gives you a quieter ride inside the cabin, but increasing your fuel consumption actually helps you out in your budget. Now, when you talk about styling, styling is one thing, but what good is styling without performance? Now, the 2009 Mazda 6 has been powered with an engine, a 3.7-liter dual overhead cam V6 engine with a 6-speed sports automatic transmission with a manual shift mode. Well, that says a whole lot. What does that actually mean? Well, what it actually means is that the automatic sports transmission gives you two things. It gives you the ability, the comfort and convenience of driving in an automatic mode, but also at the same time, without doing anything special, it gives you the ability and the fun and the excitement to drive in a manual mode. Now, the 3.7-liter engine actually produces a staggering 272 horsepower at 269 foot-pounds of torque. That tops the Nissan Altima, the Toyota Camry, the Chevy Malibu, and the Honda Accord. But what good is styling and performance without safety? Well, Mazda did not put this car together without having your safety in mind. Now, what they've done safety-wise is that they've made sure that you are wrapped in a cocoon of safety between steel and airbags. Now, starting out from the very beginning of the vehicle, both on the front and the rear of the vehicle, they've actually equipped the vehicle with a 5-mile-an-hour crash bumper. That's for any minor collisions that you may have. Someone backs into you at the department store or at the grocery store. Your bumper is designed to take a 5-mile-an-hour crash. Now, let's say you have a more severe accident, a moving collision now, and you pass the 5-mile-an-hour crash zone. Then they have crumple zones that are built into the rear and into the front of the vehicle that allows the vehicle to collapse like an accordion, absorbing the impact to the exterior of the vehicle and giving you maximum security in the interior of the vehicle. Now, if you have a more severe frontal collision, they've even put the engine on breakaway motor mounts. Where your motor mounts break away, the engine drops to the ground, runs underneath the car instead of being shoved into the compartment where you and your family are riding. Now, they said that they made this car female friendly under the hood. Well, I don't like working under the hood, so I just say they made it friendly. Well, there's certain fuel levels that we have to check on the vehicle. They've actually placed all of them on top of the engine, but the thing I like about it is they put them in see-through containers where you can see the level without having to remove any tops or anything like that. You can just look right through and see where your level of your coolant is, your power steering, your brake fluid. They've also highlighted your dipsticks for your oil for when they want to check the oil and your transmission fluid. All of that's been done for comfort and convenience and safety. Now, when you begin to move along the side of the vehicle, remember that Mazda has Triple H construction. And what that basically means to you is a stronger, more supported body because it has reinforced steel in the most critical body areas. Now, when you go down the side of the vehicle, you got reinforced steel beams just going down the side for any side impact that you may have. But when we really talk about safety, we're talking about the inside of the vehicle and what's going on the inside of the vehicle as well. Now on the inside of the vehicle, we've got dual airbags for both the front passenger and the driver. Now we have side impact bags that are deployed from the seat, not at the side walls, but out of the seat. If you have a shorter driver or a longer driver, it doesn't matter. You get the maximum protection because the airbag moves with the seat and with the driver. And then there's curtain airbags that are deployed from the ceiling, coming down and covering all of the windows. So you're actually wrapped in one big cocoon surrounded by airbags and steel. Then there are things, it's been said that the best offense oftentimes is a good defense. Now, what actually happens is that Mazda has put in place things that you don't see and that you don't really have to deal with. All you have to do is sit back and enjoy the ride. Things like ABS braking, electronic distribution, and blind spot monitoring. All of these things are working while you're driving without you having to do anything but enjoy the ride. Now, blind spot monitoring, by the way, I actually love that because this is the only vehicle in this class that actually offers that. You say, well, what is blind spot monitoring? Blind spot monitoring gives you the ability while you're driving, if you're actually getting ready to change lanes and you actually have someone in your blind spot that you can't see, the vehicle is intelligent enough to actually beep in the cabin and flash in your rearview mirror to notify you that there's someone in your blind spot. Now, that gives you the comfort of not running into anybody while you're changing lanes. Love that feature, got to. But when you open the door to the Mazda 6, the lights actually illuminate gradually around you, actually warmly welcoming you into the vehicle. When you look inside, you see the 8-way power seat, you see the nice leather trim. The driver's seat actually has 3 memory settings. One for you, one for your wife, one for any other driver that you might have set up to where when you enter into the vehicle, the door, once you open the door, would actually set to your predestined positioning. Now, when you get inside, there's a leather wrapped steering wheel. You've got illuminated gauges on the steering wheel for your cruise control, also for your volume control, audio control, Bluetooth capabilities with your phone. You've got all of your memory settings for your distribution, brake distribution, your blind spot monitoring, dials for your lighting. One of the things that they have that I absolutely love, that's a must in my household, is dual air controls, where you can actually place the passenger air at one temperature and the driver air at another temperature. I don't know how many times me and my wife have been together and actually have fought over what temperature the cabin should be. Now, that gives you the ability where she can ride at hers and you can ride at yours. Now, when we look inside of the vehicle, there are more options in there for your comfort and convenience, like your CD, 6-disc in-dash CD player. Even an option for a touchscreen 7-inch navigation system that's also voice activated. When you move along towards the back of the vehicle, you notice that you have, we told you that it was bigger and it was bolder. The new Mazda 6, you can actually have a 6'4" guy sit in the rear seat and actually have room to move his legs around. That's absolutely phenomenal. You don't get that in many sports sedans in this class today. Now, the seats actually do fold down on a 60-40 split purpose, and that's for anything that you might actually have in your cargo here that may be too large for your trunk. You can fold the seats down and actually gain more cargo space. Now, keep in mind, when you purchase a Mazda, Mazda does come with a 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty covering everything on the vehicle, a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty covering your more expensive and more critical items like the engine, the powertrain, and the transmission. And then finally, you get a 3-year, 36,000-mile roadside assistance, which actually provides you with the comforts of them actually coming out if you have a problem on the vehicle on the road, towing, changing a flat tire, bringing out gas, providing lockout assistance, all of that at no additional cost to you. Remember, when you think Mazda, think zoom zoom forever.